ideally, and this has been suggested that ideally any commission should be in place at least 3 years before the next election. We are way short of that. Do you think that it will be possible, given the kind of work already pending for the commission, the by-elections, issues around boundaries delimitation and review, do you think that this time is enough for this new team to actually prove itself?
To my mind, they don't have a choice. We have to get a very competent commission because they're lagging behind the cycle. You know what happens is that elections have a cycle of 5 years and every day counts. And it has such a time clock that when time moves, as we near 2027, there will be no excuse for commission to do a bad job. The expectation, a legitimate expectation by Kenyans, is that the commission will live up to the constitutional expectations, constitutional stipulations that require them to render a credible, accountable, transparent process of election that brings in the candidates that occupy public offices. So they won't, let me first say they won't have a choice. But because time is ticking and the clock has really moved, we did not meet the deadline for the review of boundaries. It means that much more work is on the offing, is on the table for the commission. And if you look at the IEBC amendments that were done just the other day, the IEBC Act that was amended, the amendments came on board that then enabled the selection panel to be put in place and the process to continue, and thankfully the cases to be resolved and the matter to move to the next step. Then you get the feeling that if we don't get a chair who is very diligent and very competent, there is a likelihood that the commission may fall below the standards that we would expect as Kenyans, but I do not want to speculate in a pessimistic manner. We have to be very optimistic and to also wish the chairman and the commissioners who come on board the very best. But what the secretary should now be doing on issues of register, for instance, the secretary should really be preparing, because they are the functions of the secretariat. And I hear this conflict between the chair or the commission and the secretariat being repeated again and again. But what we need to understand is that once the functions of the chair are well defined within the legal framework, the functions of the commissioners are also equally well defined. We should not have that confusion or that overlap that then leaves us not knowing whether these commissioners can make a decision or not make a decision in the absence of the chairman who should be able to take over the commissioner. We should not have those areas are the ones that cause the IEBC Act to be amended. So what we would expect is this: on the register, even if you were to delete that whole register today and start another new register, as at today, by the time we come to 2027, it still needs to be tidied up, because between now and 2027, you'll find a few of maybe the voters who are on that register have passed on, or they have migrated, or something has just happened that has caused the person, or they have moved from one location to the other location. So cleaning up the register is a continuous process. It's not like a one-time action. Even if you deleted the whole of the register, myself, as a practitioner, as a former Secretary General of the UDA, I interacted very heavily with the process, electioneering process. And my view is that it's not the register right now we need to delete. What we need is an audit on that register to establish the status, because a lot of resources have gone into the building of that data, and then to ensure that it's cleaned up. Because whatever register you have, it has to get into the KIMS kit. And now we have other features that have been put within the system. The IT part of it has ensured, technology part of it has ensured that we have sorted out identification. We can tell which station you're at. When you vote once, you should not vote twice. Those are the checks that we need to have within the process, which can then render a credible process that then produces candidates who are credibly voted in by the people. So for me, I would say it's a lot of work to the secretariat, and we equally need a very good secretariat led by a very competent CEO.
Okay. The cracks we saw in the commission, the last commission we had, where we had the Cherera 4 and the chairman and another clique moving